Please sit down, ladies and gentlemen. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, both the family and friends and the graduates. Very great pleasure to see you here. Let me start by apologizing for the lack of the sunshine outside. We have had the entire Department of Physics and Astronomy suspending their efforts to find the Higgs boson for the last week, and they've been trying to find the sun instead. You'd think astronomers would find the sun, wouldn't you? But so far, I'm afraid they haven't succeeded. Maybe later on today they will succeed. Now let me welcome especially the family and friends of today's graduates. I know that many of you have travelled long distances to be here today. We welcome you to the university, but most particularly we thank you. We thank you for the support and encouragement that you have given to the graduates during their studies. Without your support, they clearly would not have been able to achieve what they have. We're here in the Whitworth Hall, which is over 100 years old, named after one of the great 19th century benefactors of this city and this university. And it's worth reflecting on the fact that graduates, when you walk up these stairs today, you are following over 100 years' worth of students of the University of Manchester who've graduated here before you. And students from this university have gone on to achieve great things in every walk of life. They've reached the highest levels in science, in the arts, in business, and in politics. And I'm sure you will do the same. But things have, of course, changed quite a bit in the 100 years since students first began walking up these steps to receive degrees. It's now much more common for people in the United Kingdom and from abroad to study here and get degrees. Over half of, just under half of UK young people now go to university and study for a degree. People sometimes raise questions about this. In my view, it's a good thing. It's an inevitable consequence of the increasing complexity of our society and the great variety of types of expertise and knowledge that we need to hold society together and to glue it together. Society is in a kind of race between our ability to make our systems and our lives more and more complex and our ability to develop the knowledge and understanding to do that wisely and manage it carefully and make sure it doesn't get ahead of us. That's the challenge which you will now take up as the next generation of experts of various kinds in our society. Some of you graduating today have, of course, not just done an undergraduate degree, but have done masters or doctorates to go further, and you, of course, have moved on to a higher level of complexity in your subjects. We feel proud of you for having done that, and you should feel proud as well. While you've been here at university, I'm sure you have learnt many other things in addition to the complexities and detail of your chosen subject. Universities exist both to create as well as to transmit knowledge. And in order to create knowledge, we've evolved universities in a very particular way. And I think universities have two distinctive characteristics which make them create knowledge in such a powerful and potent way. The first of those things is the sheer range and diversity of the subjects which people study here. You don't come here and isolate yourself in a silo of people all studying the same thing. You rub shoulders with people studying all kinds of other disciplines. You here today have studied many of the social sciences, many languages, many aspects of culture and diversity in countries and societies around the world. But you've spent your time also mingling, at least I hope you have, with engineers and physicists and chemists and biologists and every manner of other specialists. It's called a university because it studies so many different subjects and exposes people to that diversity of knowledge. The second distinctive characteristic of universities is that they insist on conducting their activity and their creation of knowledge in an atmosphere of freedom of opinion and openness to new ideas and openness to debate, even though sometimes those debates are complex and challenging and maybe even disturbing. Nonetheless, it's our role to carry out those discussions. And those values of freedom of opinion and debate have a value not just in the creation of scientific or scholarly knowledge, but in the way we live our lives outside. We all of us need more and more flexibility and cultural sensitivity in the way we carry out our lives. And I hope that the values that the university has given you in this regard will stand you in good stead in the future. Now that your graduation is upon us, your hard work is being rewarded, and you and your families should really feel proud of what you've achieved. Now, very shortly, you'll all be coming up the steps, and everybody will be clapping you, and that's right and proper. But there are some other people here who deserve reward. I mentioned earlier that the families and friends of the graduates have played a vital role in the development of their abilities and in their ability to study here and reach the peak of their potential. So let's show our appreciation of that. So can I ask the graduates please to stand? Now turn and face your family and friends wherever they are. They might be over on this side, they might be at the back, they might be in the balconies. No, the balconies are empty today, and that's a shame. And now please give your family and friends a round of applause. Very good, thank you. Very good, at least you've learned to do that properly. Okay, you can sit down again now. So shortly when you get your degrees, you will have the name of the University of Manchester permanently engraved on your CV, engraved on your capabilities, and that's a pretty powerful brand and a pretty powerful name to take with you into the future. This university is one of the top 40 universities in the world, as judged by the most important research-based rankings of universities. We have an ambition to go even higher in that respect. And as you leave the university, you are joining a community of 250,000 former graduates of the University of Manchester, alumni of the University of Manchester, who are now in every country of the world. Just recently, when I was in China, meeting alumni from the University of Manchester, we filled the largest ballroom of the largest hotel in Shanghai with graduates from the University of Manchester, keen not particularly to come and see me, but to come and meet each other and make business contacts and forward their careers, but also to reminisce about the good times they had in the University of Manchester. That's the club that you're now joining as graduates of the University of Manchester. We hope you will be enthusiastic members of that alumni society and that you'll come back and see us and keep in touch with us. That's all I want to say this morning, because I want to hand over to Professor Kirsty Boyars, the head of the School of Languages, Linguistics and Cultures, who wants to say something about some of the subjects that you've studied, the work that's been going on while you've been here at the university. Thank you very much.
As you will soon discover, I'm not from round here, but I've lived here long enough to be able to talk about the weather. And contrary to the Vice President, I'd actually like to apologize that we can't greet you with the traditional Manchester rain today. So on behalf of myself as Head of School of Languages, Linguistics and Cultures, and Dr. Elisa Phillips, Program Director for Combined Studies, I'd like to join the Vice President in welcoming you to this graduation ceremony. The graduates, of course, but also friends and family. The students who will formally graduate today have in common that they've studied a broad range of subjects. We have students from combined studies and students from a range of language degrees, often involving 2 languages. There is a concern frequently expressed in the media that English secondary education is too narrow, in that from the age of 16, 17, only 3 or 4 subjects are studied, and with a further narrowing happening at university. Employers comment that they would prefer graduates with a broader range of education, and here then I do agree with the Vice President that this is something that a university does. The University of Manchester has put in place a special initiative referred to as University College to ensure that all students have a formal opportunity to broaden their curriculum. The students who graduate today have certainly avoided any danger of having too narrow a focus in their studies. The graduates from combined studies have all undertaken a demanding interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary degree course. Combined studies is one of the most extensive, flexible, and varied degree courses of its kind. Each student has chosen their own combination of 2 areas of studies out of a possible 14. When we move on to present the degrees in a short while, you will get an impression of the full range of combinations. Between them, they can draw on 35 university disciplines, and in total they have access to around 1,500 course units. Because each combination is based on an individual choice, there has been no course unit explicitly linking the student's specific combination. I imagine this has been annoying for you at times, since it has left you with a lot of personal responsibility for making sense of your curriculum. However, the fact that you are graduating today is evidence that you have developed the independence, adaptability, and agility of mind required to do so. These are essential skills for graduate jobs, and though it's possible that you don't quite recognize at this stage the extent to which you've developed the skills, I expect you will at various points of your career. Though you've not had any course unit connecting your particular combination of subjects, in your first year, there was a combined studies course unit which brought you together as a cohort. Through this unit, Alisa Phillips, and before that, Janet Tatlock, offered you support in developing the skills you need, not just to make sense of your program, but also to develop personally and academically. As part of the aim of developing a broad range of skills, a key part of this course was the community-based project, in which you collaborated as a group of peers and with non-profit making organizations to make a real difference to people in the local community. As we shall see later in the ceremony, I think it's also clear that my colleague Anne Thompson has played an important supporting role in bringing you together as combined studies. The other group of students graduating in this ceremony have pursued a degree in 1 or 2 languages. These students have also successfully avoided a narrow program of study. Naturally, a degree in language will have involved developing skills in speaking and writing the language or languages of their study. But those graduating from a language degree today show tremendous breadth within that study, in the range of languages they've studied, but also in how they've approached language studies, through the study of the nature of the language itself, what it tells us about the human mind and social interaction between humans. They've explored issues involved in communication between cultures, and they've looked at language as a vehicle for and expression of cultures through literature, film, and other forms of visual art. And they've done so to an impressive depth. To try to impress upon you how important the area of language studies is, I thought I would ask you to stop for a moment and think about what humans could have achieved if they'd not had language. But of course, it's not clear how we would even be able to think without language. Language stands central to what it means to be a human. Any old species can have a digestive system as subtle or efficient as ours, and some species have more subtle vision than we do. Some animals have quite complex systems of communication, but the subtlety of human language is unique to our species. Human language is one of the things that makes us who we are, and human language is crucial to many of the other things that make us who we are. There's then no doubt that what today's graduates in language study have done to complete their degree is of phenomenal value. There are more concrete ways of measuring the value of having studied a degree, and using any of these, it's still clear that you've all made a good choice in choosing your broad subjects. To focus on language-based studies for a moment, the Department of Business, Innovation and Skills produced a report entitled Higher Ambitions, the Future of Universities in a Knowledge Economy, and it calls for an expansion of the number of language graduates. HEFGI, our main higher education funding body, produced a report on graduate salaries, which measures average salaries 3.5 years after graduation. a point when graduates can be assumed to have settled into their career. It shows that modern language graduates are the fourth highest earners after medicine, pharmacy, and architecture, ahead of the sciences. It's customary on occasions like these to tell you of famous graduates of this university. The Vice President has already referred to this. As I hope you know, we have recent Nobel Prize winners on our books, and of course we have Brian Cox. But I would like But I would like to focus on some of those famous graduates whose reputation rests mainly or partly on their use of language and communication. Anthony Burgess, a famous author of A Clockwork Orange, but also a linguist and a translator. Anna Ford, a broadcaster who was the first female newsreader on ITV, but who's also worked for the BBC. Ben Elton, comedian and author. Margaret Beckett, a Labour politician and the longest-serving female MP. It is quite possible that some years from now, when one of my successors present degrees like I'm doing today, your name is included on a list of famous graduates. However, whether you reach fame or not, what I, and I suspect my colleagues also, wish for you is that you find your niche in life, professionally and personally, a place where your knowledge and skills are valued and used, and where you have the right level of challenge to develop further as professionals and as a person, while at the same time feeling secure in your own abilities. I know that your degree will have prepared you well for this. Do keep in touch. Our doors will always be open for you. Thank you.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Classical Civilizations and Linguistics and English Language with Honours, Leo James Elliott Mitchell.
Congratulations, well done.
And in Film Studies and Linguistics and English Languages with Honours, Samantha Bastenfield.
Samantha, congratulations, well done.
Samantha Jane Horrigan.
Congratulations, well done, well done.
And in Film Studies and Literary Studies and Drama with Honours, Lara Alton Data.
Congratulations, well done.
And in Film Studies and Social Science with Honours, Abby Calamity Mansbridge.
Congratulations, well done.
And in French and Religious Studies and Comparative Religion with Honours, Rebecca Penninger.
Rebecca, congratulations, well done, well done.
Jessica Rosenthal McGrath.
Congratulations, well done.
And in French and in Social Science with Honours, Emily Jane Miles.
Congratulations, well done, good luck.
And in German and Linguistics and English Language with Honours, Naomi Sarah Davies.
Congratulations, well done.
And in Historical Studies and Classical Civilization with Honours, Esther Hyde.
Esther, congratulations, well done.
And in Historical Studies and Classical Civilization and Art History with Honours, Ross Daniels.
Well done, congratulations.
And in Historical Studies and Holocaust Studies with Honours, Catherine Evelyn Sanderson.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Catherine Whitehouse.
Catherine, congratulations. Well done.
And in Historical Studies and Jewish Studies with honours, Jamie Starr.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in Historical Studies and Linguistics and English Language with honours, Shazir Zara Khan.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Abby Saunders.
Well done. Congratulations.
And in Historical Studies and Philosophy with honours, Jessie Brennan.
Jessie, congratulations. Well done.
Kia Cox.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Jamie White.
Jamie, well done. Congratulations.
And in Historical Studies and Religious Studies and Comparative Religion with honours, Lucy Helen Garland.
Congratulations. Well done.
Vita Whitehead.
Well done. Congratulations.
And in Historical Studies and Sciences and Psychology with honours, James L. M. Edgar.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in Historical Studies and Social Science with honours, Matthew Bickham.
Matthew, well done. Congratulations.
Gil Moshi Brandt.
Congratulations. Well done.
Catherine Evans.
Catherine, congratulations. Well done.
Benjamin Green.
Benjamin, well done. Congratulations.
Mike McLean.
Mike, well done. Congratulations.
Trevor Paul McPartlin.
Congratulations. Well done.
Hannah Soloway.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in Spanish and Social Science with honours, Stephanie Charlotte Watson.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in Life Sciences and Linguistics and English Language with honours, Graham Patterson.
Well done. Congratulations.
And in Linguistics and English Language and Psychology with honours, Adam Fanal.
Adam, well done. Congratulations.
Martina Agsatati.
Congratulations. Well done.
Rachel Lee Chon Shin.
Well done, Rachel. Congratulations.
And in Linguistics and English Language and Social Sciences with honours, Lindsay Willis.
Lindsay, congratulations.
And in Literary Studies and Classical Civilizations with honours, Johanna May Kirkham.
Well done. Congratulations.
And in Literary Studies and Historical Studies with honours, Martha Downing.
Martha, congratulations. Well done.
And in Literary Studies and Philosophy with honours, Deborah Bankole.
Congratulations. Well done.
Hannah Brayson.
Hannah, congratulations. Well done.
Jessica Lee.
Jessica, well done. Congratulations.
Rachel Pinder.
Well done, Rachel. Congratulations.
And in Literary Studies and Social Sciences with honours, Zoe Caroline Drury.
Zoe, congratulations. Well done.
Chloe Louise Glover.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in philosophy and French with honours, Ian William Carlo Cantoni.
Congratulations. Well done.
Susana Lopez Benal.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in philosophy and German with honours, Veronica Hosa.
Congratulations. Well done.
Mara Livermore.
Well done, Mara. Congratulations. Well done.
Simone K. Suter.
Congratulations. Good luck.
And in philosophy and linguistics and English language with honours, Grace Tia.
Well done. Congratulations.
And in philosophy and psychology with honours, Thomas King.
Well done, Thomas. Congratulations.
Sean Sapiens.
John, congratulations. Well done.
And in philosophy and religious studies and comparative religion with honours, Leela Zara Harwood.
Well done. Congratulations.
Annabelle Long.
Well done, Annabelle. Congratulations.
Lorna Isabella Dorothy Onslow.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in philosophy and Spanish with honours, Venetia Shyam Harab Ami.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in philosophy and Hebrew with honours, Melanie Allison Krauss.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in social science and classical civilization and art history with honours, Catherine Bottler.
Congratulations, Catherine. Well done. Well done.
And in social science and philosophy with honours, Hannah Jackson.
Hannah, congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Georgia Rose Peers.
Georgia, congratulations. Well done.
And in social science and religious studies and comparative religion with honours, Catherine Malago Gala.
Well done. Congratulations.
Olivia Lee Walton.
Congratulations, Olivia. Well done.
And in social sciences and applied English language studies with honours, Radislava Dabayova.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in social sciences and built and natural environment with honours, Yuja Luo.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in social sciences and Holocaust studies with honours, Marcus Barnett.
Marcus, congratulations. Well done.
And in social sciences and Jewish studies with honours, Tamaya Varga.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in social sciences and psychology with honours, Chai Y. William Chan.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
Nabila Raymond.
Nabila, congratulations. Well done.
Ingrid and Chanda Rosalind.
Congratulations. Well done.
Danielle Stone.
Well done. Congratulations.
Sophie Catlin Winter.
Sophie, congratulations. Well done.
Harriet Wintle.
Congratulations. Well done.
And in Spanish and Psychology with honours, Richard Kemeny.
Richard, well done. Congratulations.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Chinese Studies with honours, Mary Carroll. Louise Chapman. Rebecca Sarah Dunlop. Morris Engel. Anna Novikova. Mark Anthony Onano. Ellen Watkins. Lisa Wong. And in French and Chinese with honours, Rebecca Louise Frost. Phoebe Westwood. And in French and Japanese with honours, Jade Sarah Alexander. Maria Rosa Mancebo Frias. Ben Michael Sidney Raisy. And in German and Chinese with honours, Fiona Donnelly. And in German and Japanese with honours, Michaela Stephanie Dixon. Andrew James Harney. Elvira Jagodina. And in Italian and Japanese with honours, Oliver Rahman. And in Japanese studies with honours, Jacek Adamczyk. Natalie Allison. Susanna Maria Baraniak. Rosalind Jane Fielding. Alexandra Gray. Katie Hardman. Kiko Hill. Caris Elizabeth F. Hill. Adam Carl Holt. Thomas Hugh Shirley Lucas. Simona Lukmenaite. Lucy Beth Meads. Sean Paul Leon Robinson. And in Russian and Chinese with honors, Oliver Lancaster. And in Spanish and Chinese with honors, Monica Filipa Barreto. Hannah Victoria Thompson-Jones. Kate Louise McKellar Still. Jazza John Macmillan Clenahan. Ian James Fraser Moss. And in French Studies with honors, Sophie Margaret Bowers. Sophie Lee Brown. Claire Byrne. Georgia Jane DeMaio. Charles Drury. Amy Elizabeth Forrest. Nicholas Gilbride. Kirsty Brenda Grove. Emma Jacob. Raisa Kara. Ellie Petrides. Charlotte Smith. Alexander Thomas. Sophie Wilkinson. And in French and Portuguese with honors, Jonathan Richard Toner Brain. And in German Studies with honors, Sophie Bresnahan. Amy Kenyon. James Myrna. Thomas Reed. James Courtney Smith. And in German and Portuguese with honors, Sean Rachel Kyle. And in Italian Studies with honors, Jennifer Arnold. Eugenie Florence Brain. Dominique Alexandra Evans. Dilyana Georgieva. Lucinda Ressay. And in Arabic Studies with honours, Alexandra Barden. Paul Campbell. Gabrielle Margaret Ruth Clark. Rahima Guvalia. Via Henninen. Mariam Khan. Sarina Nasser. Adam Smallwood. Sophie Stewart. Samia Yunis. And in Hebrew Studies with honours, Daniel Adam Kyle. And in Russian Studies with honours, Kia Adamson. George Daniel East. Stephanie Jade Marsh. Naomi Powell. Phoebe Spur. David Edward Westall. Christina Lorbietsky. And in Spanish and Portuguese with honours, James Michael Ayres. Rose Griffin. Isabel Holgate. Santi May. William Alexander McGee. Angela Oxley Crisp. Laura van Hoof. Amanda Wallace. And in Spanish, Portuguese, Latin American Studies with honours, Abigail Mary Jane Cuniff. Emma Louise Daniel. Caroline Hawes. Jennifer Hayes. Gerard McLaughlin. And Harrod Morse. Eleanor Walters. Samuel Martin David White.
I'm very proud to be here today on behalf of the Students' Union to present one final special award. So the Students' Union and the university have worked in partnership over the year to offer students the opportunity to nominate their inspirational teachers and outstanding support staff for a Manchester Teaching Award. The winners of these awards really make a positive difference to the lives of Manchester University students, and for these hardworking members of staff, this award provides recognition for the exceptional work that they do. So I'd like to thank you all for nominating your exceptional teachers and support staff, and on behalf of the University of Manchester and the University of Manchester Students' Union, I'd like to present a 2012 Manchester Teaching Award to Anne Thompson.
So it just remains for me now, on behalf of the university, to once again congratulate all of the graduates today on their fantastic achievements, and to wish you the very best of luck in your future careers and in everything else that you do. So I now declare this ceremony closed. Thank you very much. Would you please like to stand?